Hello, everyone. We are back for the Q&A ahead of the 25-26 season. I have got an ulcer the size of the continent of Africa on my bottom lip. So, Sam, I think you're going to be leading this one.
I'll
I'm
take the
just going to be
lead.
here. And if you could not make me smile too much, because that's boring as well. But yeah, good to have everyone here. This is a Rate Your Team special in pre-season. But more importantly, Sam, how are you? How's things?
Do you know what, Az? I'm all the better for seeing you. I have missed. Do you know, it gets to Thursday afternoons, and the last few weeks, and I've been like, right, should be doing something. Oh no, there is no Q&A to do, and it makes me a bit
I
sad.
know.
So no, it's good to be back. I'm doing well. It's been a rather hectic week, as you'd have seen over on Scout. We've been busy little bees getting stuff done. So we've launched the new UI for the site, so that's looking all smart and fancy. We've launched brand new widgets to cover the defensive contributions. We've updated all the stats to include the new bonus points and the assist stuff. Like it's been hectic. And behind the scenes, there's been a lot more stuff going on, and we're about to launch a load of new things next week as well. So
Whoa.
very exciting. Yeah, lots of exciting stuff still to come. So yeah, I'm very, very happy with how things are gone. And hopefully you love the new look Scout just as much as I do.
I know. New look Scout, new look Family, new look Black Box, new
We've got
look
all new
FPL.
graphics everywhere. I
I know.
know.
Crazy. What did you
I
make
like
of all
yours.
the... Oh, thank you.
They
Yeah.
look very nice, very
Unveiling
smart.
those for the first time. First time tonight. Yeah, we've
Yeah.
all had a bit of a makeover. Thing is, there's so much competition these days, isn't there? So many great people doing streams and content. You've got to make sure your graphics are up to par. So,
Yeah, you got to be seen. Otherwise, you just,
I know.
can't
I know.
snooze, can you? Have
You
to be on
can't
it.
snooze. That's it. That's it. How's pre-season going FPL wise? Have you got your team sorted? Are you locked in, ready to go?
I wouldn't say that. I'd say I am. To be honest, I set my team up and I did a lot of tinkering at the beginning of the week, and obviously I did my team reveal with Tom at the start of this week, and I haven't looked at it too much since because it's been one of those where we've been so busy getting stuff done at Scout that I just haven't really thought about it as much as maybe I want to. So, but then yesterday evening, I did find myself sat there like tinkering around, and Lee was messaging you, wasn't he, a couple of nights before asking about certain Brighton assets and whether you thought that they were a generational talent or not. Um,
Didn't appreciate
I mean, I,
that sass from your husband. To be honest.
I found it quite funny, to be honest, in our little group chat. But yeah, I feel like I'm settled into a desire to play the bench boost in game week 1
Are
strategy.
you okay?
Yeah, and also to play the free hit in game week 2 strategy.
Whoa.
So because I feel like I'm kind of
Then wild card in
going.
3, or gonna do the hat
No, I
trick?
think no. Can you imagine? And then I'll just go for a triple captain in 4 just to start the season off with a bang. No, I think I'm going to go 1, 2, and then 6 for a wild card, or just ahead of 7 for a wild card. And then the triple captain just whenever I fancy someone in good form, good fixture, like whatever. But I think I found myself wanting to go down that route, and every time I look at a team that isn't a bench boost strategy in game week 1, I like it. But also at the same time, I'm then left thinking, well, when on earth am I going to play a bench boost if I don't play it to start the season? And when on earth am I going to play the free hit? Because I mean, I hate the free hit at the best of times. I got 2 of them now. And it's normally I play it in a blank, right? So I get rid of the players that aren't going to bring me any points. Whereas now, this time, inevitably, the players I take out are going to bring me points. So it scares me a little bit, that
Thing
extra
is,
free hit.
bench boost in game week 1, get 100 points, straight off the
Yeah.
bat in the top 10k. Free hit in game week 2, get the best team imaginable. You're top 1k. If it all goes
Winning
up.
it. Can that be my little claim to fame? World number 1
Well,
in
Oscar's
game week
still
2.
got it in his profile, hasn't he? So
That's what I'm
you got
thinking.
number 1. Yeah, yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, and if I'm not quite there, then triple cap in 3.
Yeah, you just keep
Let's
going.
just keep going with the chips until eventually I hit number 1.
Got loads of people in the chat. Good to see you all. Got nearly 200 people in the chat. Vegeta says, "As sounds like he's ready for an extra long black box." Yeah, that's going to be interesting tonight. I was hoping
Painful
that,
tonight.
Yeah, I was hoping that this would have gone by now, but it's just getting worse. British 87 waiting on Gorkez price. Yep, so am I. It's going to be key to my decision making, whether he comes in. I don't know what do you reckon? I reckon 9. 9 would be good for me. So I'm gonna.
I
Hope
think he
you
might
say
be
9 as well.
more.
Can you want me 9.5? He can't match Saka though, can he? He's gonna be less than 10. You think he might be 9.5?
Yeah. They won't want to make it easy for us, will they?
They've gone low with Verts and they've gone low with I cannot pronounce his name.
Ekatike.
Ekatike? Is that Ekatike? Yeah, they've gone low with him as well. 8.5. He's come in at.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just in my head. I had 9.5 for Carrez, but maybe I'm.
I had 9.5 for Verts as well. I was very surprised when he came in at that
Yeah,
one.
to be fair, I did think the same. I thought Verts might be 9.5. I am. I'm also listening to all these Isak rumours and suddenly thinking, oh, do I need to find space for him now as well? Because I'd ruled him out. Like he was not part of my strategy at all. But
Hard to pick him though if he's in Saudi.
it's not hard to pick him if he's at Liverpool.
He's not. No way are they signing him as well. No way.
Well,
Well, they're going to find another 130 million just to.
going to sell Luis Diaz, aren't they?
They've already spent 250 odd million, haven't they?
Yeah, but they haven't. They didn't buy anyone last year.
They bought Chiesa. He was a revelation.
I mean, okay, but like they've not really been big spenders the last few years. If they sell Darwin and they sell Luis Diaz, then
And Elliott's looking to move out as well, isn't he?
and Elliot is as well. Yeah, then they've got the money.
It just seems crazy that they'd spend all that money on a striker and then do a Chelsea and immediately replace him like 2 days later with another option. He's not going to go. He won't go. Ekatike will be the main man at number 9. That's my guess. Anyway, right, we've got loads of teams to go through. We had 350 people submit their teams to the Scout tweet. I will tell you right now, we're not going to get through everyone.
Imagine how long we've been here to 350.
I know, it's crazy. I mean, I saw it.
They were still coming in the last time.
Yeah, they're still coming in now. I saw it this morning. There was like 100. I was like, oh my god, how are we going to get through 100 of these? 350 is crazy. So what I've done is I actually spent quite a bit of time going through them. I've picked 10 out. I tried to find ones that are a bit different from each other, but sort of capture the general thinking. Because there's some players that like pretty much everyone's got. It's nice to see some different strategies. You know, there's some bench boosts, there's some non-bench boosts, there's Haalands, there's Salads, there's Palmers, there's Sakas, and everything. But yeah, there's a few players who are the same. So like João Pedro's in pretty much every team that I looked at. A Liverpool defender, one of Kirkes, Frimpong, Van Dijk is in pretty much every team. Mm-hmm. You know, there's like an Arsenal defender. There's some things that are key, but there's a lot of big decisions that the people are making. So let's go through them. Let's go over to the first one. I'm going to get rid of the chat. So this is from FPL Matt W. So this is Kelleher in goal. 4 at the back with Gabriel, Van der Ven, Colwill and Murillo. Rodgers, Saka captain against Manchester United. Salah, Palmer, Anderson and Solanke. So this is a threemium in the middle. Saka, Salah and Palmer. Thoughts?
I mean, I, this is where it becomes a challenge, right? Because as a first 11, there's not a lot wrong with that. Like, I mean, because even Anderson returns well on the defensive contributions tables as well. So as a starting 11, there's not a lot wrong with that. The issue I have with that is the bench. So this is clearly not a early bench boost strategy team. I don't mind the Evan Nilsson pick. I think that's fine. But I mean, I think if you're going Barnes and Bevan deep,
Barnes.
I'm not really backing Ashley Barnes.
I can't believe he's back in the Premier League.
It's mad, isn't it? I feel like, it's a bit like Ashley Young playing in the Championship still at 40, isn't it? It's the same sort of principle. So yeah, this one I like. I guess it depends then if you are going to use when you're planning to use your bench boost. Obviously, this one is a strategy that says, no, I don't want to use my bench boost and I'm not planning on using it for a while. I think Saka's an interesting one to me because Saka's a lot of money. And with the exception of game week 2, I don't think you need him in those opening 6 weeks.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Do you know what? I really like it. It's not hugely dissimilar to a draft I put together. It hasn't got João Pedro, who we mentioned is really popular. Hasn't got like someone on Bow, and it is quite light up top. But obviously Evan Nilsson can come in, who was a good option at the back end of last season. I think the problem is like with Colwill and Van der Ven, you're not really getting the potential defensive contribution points. They're not hugely big on that.
Well,
unless Van der Ven's
but
different now with under Frank. I think there's a slight echo, by the way, Sam. Am I muted on? I think it's coming from you. It's just when I talk, I can sort of hear myself back a bit.
Yeah, the screen I can see, I can hear myself back actually as well. On the screen that you are on, it's muted. Where else do you want me to try
You haven't got
mute
YouTube
it?
open somewhere?
No. Because I can see everything.
So I
without
can't
it.
hear myself now, so maybe something's fixed. It's fine. We're
Okay.
good.
We'll carry on.
It's only little anyway, so it's fine.
Okay. Van der Ven only started 12 games last season due to injury, and actually, if you look at the underlying numbers within the system, he does do them. He does do the clearances, the blocks, the tackles, especially. So you wonder if he'd have played all 38 games, whether we would have seen him perform higher on the defensive contributions than we did. So I'm not sure that last season is actually a good reflection of Van der Ven's ability to get defensive contribution points. I think we might see a little bit more than we have, and I certainly expect us to be better defensively than we were last season.
You can't be any worse.
I mean, as if we're worse, then I might as well just give up.
Colwell doesn't get them though. Because he played pretty much every minute, and he got very few.
He does, and ideally you'd have Cucurella there, right? But there's no way the budget stretches. That's what I mean about the Saka thing. So I think I'd be inclined to not have Saka for the opening 6 weeks, wait for a wild card around 7, downgrade Saka, save a little bit of money, and then use that money to go from Colwell to Cucurella.
I don't know. I wouldn't downgrade Saka to someone just to do Colwell to Cucurella. I think.
But if you do that, you could also have João Pedro.
Yeah, but I mean, the only player in this team that I don't like is Anderson, just because we don't know what his role is going to be. We don't know how Forest are going to be.
No.
He did well on DEFCON last season, but we don't know if he's going to be playing in that same position. So that's the sacrifice. That's the 5.5 sacrifice that you're making. But every other player in this team is good. Murillo's an absolute bonus machine. Kelleher's a good goalkeeper. He's going to make loads of saves.
Murillo's very good for DEFCON as well.
I like it. I really like this team. I think you're making one sacrifice in Anderson to have 3 premium assets, and there's no glaring weakness. I think it's good.
I wouldn't have Saka.
Well,
but that's me.
He's not a bad pick though, is he? I mean,
no, it's not that. And for game week 2,
with Man U and Leeds in the first 2 games, he could get double digits in both of those.
He could. And in game week 2, I think arguably he's the best captain for game week 2. So I think if you can afford him, all I'm saying is that I think for me, I would rather only have 2 premiums and strengthen across the rest of the team.
Rating?
8.5.
Wow, strong start. I thought you were going to go lower than that. I'll give it a 9 then, seeing as I'm quiet.
It's decent. It's decent if you're not going on a bench boost strategy. Yeah,
it's good. It's one of the stronger teams I've seen, actually. I like it. Yeah, good job, Matt. Nice.
Well done,
start.
Matt.
Nice start. Okay, team 2. This is from Care Spilia 20. So this is Trafford, who obviously isn't an option as a 5 million Burnley goalkeeper. You would have thought, maybe Burnley carry on their championship defensive record into the Premier League, but it's probably quite unlikely. So this is if he gets a move to Man City or Newcastle, right? That's what some of the rumours are. Yeah. Edison might go or Pope might leave. So Trafford at one of those clubs. It's Frimpong, Murillo and Wan-Bissaka with Wirtz, Sarr, Ndai, Palmer, Baleba, Watkins and Haaland up top. So no Salah in this one. How essential is Salah, Sam?
I think he is. He was the first name in my team sheet. I'd rather have him over Haaland. What do you think? I can't imagine not having Salah.
That first home game is going to be
horrible.
Yeah. I would not want to be Bournemouth.
Imagine being at Fest.
I know. Yeah, being at Fest, not having Salah.
Not only not having Salah, but because he's going to be heavily captained by people at Fest as well, isn't he?
Yeah. Obviously Haaland's great, and Haaland could start the season like he did last year. The fixtures are pretty good, especially for the sort of medium term as well. But, you can't have them all. You're basically ruling out Saka, right? I think he's still quite a good pick. Haaland v Salah, though, it's Salah for me for that game week 1 fixture. I wouldn't want to be Bournemouth. They've lost so many key players, and Anfield is going to be absolutely rocking. So, Salah for me.
And the bench is in the mud.
The bench is... It's it's not the worst bench I've seen. You've got a striker who can come in. I'm guessing Belabor will come out and Strand Larson will go in. Dorgu, United defence. Is he 4-5, Dorgu?
To be honest, I haven't looked at any Man United defenders, so
nor have I. Nor have I.
I will have a look now. But if he is, there's so many better 4.5s.
Yeah. Is that, I guess you don't want the Spurs players, wouldn't you? I think Destiny or Doggy or Van der Ven. I'd go over Dorgu.
I would too. I mean, obviously it's Van der Ven. You know what I feel about that man. I'd leave my husband for him, so, don't tell everyone. I've not said that live on YouTube.
You always say that. There's no need to say it. That's not currently on the cards, but it's good to float it out there just in case Van der Ven is listening.
Just in case if Van der Ven's listening, I'll have him on my what is it called? What's the list called?
Not a bucket list. Hall pass.
Yeah. I'll have him on that. I couldn't think what it was. I think he's a bit young for me. I'll probably that's definitely cougarish behaviour. You've got your bloke as well. Your next generational talent. He's in at 4.5. But I'm looking for Dorgu.
Don't worry, he's coming. He's in quite a few.
Yeah,
drafts.
He's 4.5.
4.5.
I would go. I'd go elsewhere.
Yeah, I'd go Spurs. I think that if the back line is settled for Spurs and Frank can get. I mean, look at Nathan Collins last year for Spurs. He was incredible. Romero and Van der Ven are quality defenders. And it's not going to be such a gung ho approach. And also Spurs proved that they can dig in and actually grind out some wins. Like in that final, it was a completely different performance to what we'd seen in other games.
As when we have the four of them starting together with Vicario in behind, we're defensively solid. Like when we're not told to go all out attack, guns blazing, forget the league. When the four of them played with Vicario behind, they were defensively solid last season, and you would expect that under Frank we'd have more of that solidity. So yeah, I would definitely go for Spurs defender over Dorgu.
What do you think of some of the other differentials here? So like we've got a Frimpong, we've got a Sarr, we've got an Endai, and we've got a Belabor. Well.
So I wonder if the Frimpong position, at the minute I've got Kirkes as my Liverpool defender in my draft, but it's like a placeholder position. It's kind of like I'm thinking I don't really know which Liverpool defender I want yet. I'm going to wait and see how pre-season pans out, but I definitely know I want a Liverpool one.
Well, Sam, I suggest you check out Black Box tonight because I'm going to be making a very strong case for one of the three.
Okay.
Let's say three Liverpool defenders.
As I don't need to be encouraged to watch Black Box. That's a thing in my house. We do that anyway.
And actually, he's the one option that I'm not seeing in many drafts across the ones that I looked at today, which I was really surprised at. The majority of people who are going for a Liverpool defender are going for Frimpong or Kirkes. So I'm sure you can work out who the one is that I'm going to be talking up tonight.
Yeah, well, I think Liverpool defenders are a really nice option for the opening weeks of the season. I definitely want one. And I just think I'm just going to keep my eyes peeled because the good thing about them is they're roughly the same budget, so it's easy enough to just move in and around between them over the course of pre-season depending upon what we're seeing. So I don't mind the Frimpong pick personally. He's not my preferred Liverpool defender. Having said that, there was a pre-season friendly. Did you see that run he made past Salah?
Oh, he's crazy.
And I was
he's a crazy player.
You are crazy rapid. Like, if you're going to overlap in that way that you did in that pre-season friendly, then this could be a really nice differential pick. And I think he will, yeah.
He will do that, yeah. He's going to bomb forward. I mean, they've got two, like, the most attacking right-backs in that position. It's just that game week one, isn't it? I don't know if he's going to start over Bradley game week one. I think it'd be very harsh to drop Bradley after.
And I think that's my issue. Yeah, that's my issue with Frimpong, is the Bradley thing, because Bradley's not going to play no games. It's not going to be that Frimpong plays every game and Bradley doesn't play any games. It just won't happen. So might it be that one of them plays Champions League when that kicks off and the other one plays Premier League? Maybe somebody does, but I don't think that it's going to be that clear cut. Whereas I think if you go for a Kirkes or a Van Dijk, you're a bit more secure in those two picks. And so that's why I've not picked Frimpong. Frimpong, I think, will do well for defensive recoveries as well, because I think in terms of the ball recovery stat, he will be the one that belts it out, picks up the free balls and goes with it. I'm pretty sure we'll see that quite a lot. So he might score all right in those, and I think he'd probably get some attacking returns, but the minutes risk worries me.
Endai, you're a fan of his, aren't you? I think he was in your draft. Was he in your draft now? I think I saw him.
No, it's not. No, it's not in this. He was in. I had him for a bit last season. Actually, I didn't die for a little while last season.
And Dwight. You're a fan of Dwight?
And I'm a very big fan of Dwight McNeil. That is definite. Position change as well for Ndai, which makes a bit of a difference as well, makes him more attractive in the midfield than he was last year. I don't mind this because the Everton fixtures are nice to start the season. They've got a decent run. And I think if you're on this one's not on a bench boost strategy, but again, if you're on a bench boost strategy and die against Leeds, that feels like a decent option to have. I think I'd rather have Dwight McNeil. But that's just me. Maybe I'm a bit obsessed with Dwight McNeil, but...
You are a bit obsessed with Dwight McNeil. He does have pens, doesn't he, Ndai? As a 6'5" midfielder on pens, playing for a team with good fixtures. I do get the appeal with him. I think he's probably the best 6'5" option in midfield.
Yeah, I think I'd probably go along with that.
I mean, there's like Kudus, isn't there, who I'm seeing in quite a few teams. I had him in my first draft, but I then remembered that he's not been great for us in FPL over the years.
He was very good in the friendly against Reading at the weekend.
It's whether he's got that new club lift.
Spurs is on his heart. Did you hear it in the interview?
Oh yeah, they never say that, do they? That's
when he was
Spurs is in my heart.
There was a video of there's a video of the doctor saying to him during the medical, "I'm just going to listen to your heart with the stethoscope," and he goes, "You'll hear Spurs there," and I was
make me sick. Why don't you? That's disgusting. Did he really say that? Oh my god, it doesn't even make sense. What does it even mean? Oh. He got in a fight with Spurs last season.
With Van de Ven and Richarlison. Yeah. Did you see that? They had to do another one with... They did that one with,
Yeah, I saw that. That was funny when he was over on the table and they zoomed in. Yeah, that was good.
But the Spurs admin did a video of Van de Ven and Kudus shaking hands to that, my name's Pink, it's nice to meet you thing that they, they did that. It's just the two of them shaking hands, but they left the bit at the end where they both just crease about laughing. I was like, it's just...
It's good. It's good media work, that.
It's good from the Spurs admin as usual, but I do like the Kudos pick, to be fair, and I think that might be because at the moment I've got Brennan Johnson in my team. Just because I want to treble Spurs if I'm bench boosting in one. So
is he 6'5"? Has he gone up?
No, he's 7. Yeah. So I might come down to Kudos to save 0.5 depending upon what we see of course the rest of pre-season.
Okay, and finally Baleba.
This is one for you, surely.
Well, I mean, he's probably the best 5 million option, but he's not going to get you any points. He's, even with the DEFCON, he's only going to be like 110, 120 point player. He doesn't score any goals. He's, he'll get you the odd point every now and then from the C-Brit or whatever we're calling it. But what's the point? I don't know. I think just spend the 4.5, just keep that 0.5. It's not going to make that much of a difference. You're not. The 1 or 2 points you might get from Baleba when you occasionally need him isn't worth 0.5 million for me.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the other 0.5 million mids to see if there's anybody that immediately stands out in the 5. To be honest, I haven't looked down this far because I had the budget. So, gosh, yeah, it's a bit slim pickings down here, isn't it?
It's just what's your best case scenario? Like you pick a 4-5 who starts and you get 1 or 2 points a game. You pick Baleba whose ceiling is 4 points. I just don't think it's worth it. I think you either find the 0.5 extra and go to someone like Anderson, who's got more of a chance of getting you at least a decent score, or you just drop down to a 4-5.
I think I agree with you because I'm looking around and it's like he's also 4 million. He's also 4% owned, Believer. So the chances are that
you're blanking a couple of games. Yeah.
People will sell him, and then he'll drop in price, and he'll end up being 4.9. And if that happens, that's really frustrating because then you're not that's always the thing with that cheaper player. I would always just urge on the side of caution with it. Just make sure you don't lose that 0.1 in the early weeks.
Yep. There's a few people asking in the chat how they can submit their drafts. I'm afraid you've missed the cutoff. It was posted on X this morning. Like I said, we had 350 people mention those. I would normally do something, where we, maybe take some from the chat and take some from there. But we had so many over there that we're doing that. But I'm sure we're going to do another another
We
one of
are. We're
these.
doing one every single week until game week 1.
Oh, are we? Okay, well, there you
Yeah.
go. We're doing one every time. So, yeah, if you're watching this, you're in the chat, then you can send it to me. I'll try and get some more from the chat over next week. You don't need to send it to me now. In fact, don't send it to me now, even though I know some people
As we'll
will.
lose it between now and then.
But if you send it to me, I don't know, like Wednesday next week, Thursday next week, as fplblackbox.com, I'll try and get some of those in the video next week. Okay, what are we rating this one then? No Salah, Haaland, a couple of differentials.
I like this one a lot less than the last one. 6.5. Is that savage? Have I been really savage there?
Yeah. But, you know, that's what people need to hear. Basically, to get everyone to get exactly the same team as us, and then we'll be happy.
It's not that. It's just the lack of Salah here. Plus, I think there's too many. I think it's thought outside the box a little bit too much, this one.
I think what it has got for it is that you can bring Strand Larsen in for Belabor, and then you've got a much better option than Belabor. I think I'd probably just play Strand Larsen over Belabor. You know, first home game of the season for Wolves. City.
He's the main man.
Back. He's the main man now. I'd go for a goal, like a 1 goal that Wolves score by Strand Larsen, take a 9-point risk than a 3-point Belabor. So I'm gonna go a bit higher than you. I'm gonna give it a 7.
All right.
I think it's right. Okay, number 3. So I've got these bloody chat overlays on there. Sorry, let me just take that off. Right, this is from Nikolai 8, and this is double Brighton defence. Okay, you're a braver man than me. Verbruggen in goal, Gabriel van der Ven and De Kuiper, the first one of him that we've seen. He's obviously very, very popular from those in the know. Think he might be at wing back. Think he might be on penalties as well if Welbeck's not on the pitch. Too.
Is he going to
talent.
be? Oh no!
Yeah, I beat you to it. I told you I'm making these jokes before anyone else can make it. You know, so it takes all the power out.
Okay, so where are we expecting to actually play then? Is he going to Madrid, Roma? Where is he going to end up? Somewhere in Europe.
Yeah, we had Barca go to Spain. He also went to France as well. He actually went to 2 different countries. So it's probably going to be a Germany move for De Kuiper.
Okay,
I'd imagine.
I'll look forward to him ruining my game week 1 bench boost then.
I can't. It's the fact it's the same position as Barco as well, literally left back. I can't overhype him, but he does look like a potentially fun pick if you're willing to take a bit of a risk. Let's put it there. Rogers, Gibbs White, Saka, Palmer, Wirtz, and then João Pedro and Isak up top. Rogers, very, very, very popular.
I've got him.
I mean, fair enough. I mean, he's a good player. He's had a big price rise. He's nailed on to play. But Villa, at the moment, they look a bit light to start the season. You think he's going to build on last year?
I don't know. And it's kind of a bit of a placeholder budget position, I think, for me right now, while I try and work out what I want to do. I quite like this one, except there's no Salah. There's no Haaland, which seems in itself weird to me.
João Pedro captain.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know how I feel about Isak generally, unless he's moved. I think if he's moved, it's different. Like, this team feels like it's built with people that may get a move.
Yes, true.
Like, it feels like
Rogers is being linked with Chelsea, isn't he?
Rogers has been linked with Chelsea. Gibbs White's being linked with Spurs. Isak's being linked with anybody that will listen. De Kuiper's bound to go somewhere else because you've just called him a generational talent, so he's inevitably off. I do like the bench on this one. This one is actually a genuinely potentially bench boostable team. I'm not sure about Ashley Barnes, but the rest of them, I just don't like. How do you feel about Wirtz versus Salah? Do you think Wirtz can cover him? No, I don't either. So in this team, we've got no Salah, but can't cover it because you've only got Wirtz. You've not got any Liverpool defence either, which worries me. And then also you've got no Man City at all.
I guess the thing with Wirtz is we don't know what his impact and what all the new changes are what the impact's going to be on Salah. I mean, we've seen this time and time again. We think maybe this is the season that Salah, drops down a bit and his performances, and then he goes and hits like a 340-point season or whatever he got. I think Wirtz is going to hit 200 points this season. From what I've seen, I think he's going to absolutely smash the league. So in that way, I mean, for 8.5 million, you could argue that he does cover him, but I think everyone's going to own him. I think he's going to be that player that just at 8.5. This is the problem with pricing him that low. If he starts well against Bournemouth, he's going to be like 70-75% owned come game week 2. So then you're not gaining anything from having him, and then you're looking at having Salah alongside him just to tap into Liverpool in some way.
Well, that's it. That's exactly how I feel. Like, I feel like Salah's going to be a really popular pick. Wirtz is going to be a popular pick. The only way to really make them work for you is to have both. Because some people will go for Salah but then sacrifice Wirtz because they've spent too much money on Salah. The others will have spent too money across the rest of their team, a bit like this one, and gone for Wirtz instead. And if you do that, then you're missing out on Salah. So either way, I think in these two circumstances, Liverpool punish you in some way or another. If they keep a clean sheet, which I think they will multiple times in the opening weeks of the season, then you're massively punished here. Yeah. So for me, like, the only way to make Liverpool work for you is to go with at least 2 of them. But I weirdly quite like this team.
Yeah.
Despite the lack of Salah and Haaland, I do think it's nice. I think you don't have Gibbs White if he's at Nottingham Forest, given the fixtures to start the season. I think if he's moved, then fair enough. But if he hasn't, I wouldn't have him. Rodgers is up for debate. I think we have to see what happens with Watkins. If Watkins moves,
surely he won't. Surely he won't move now. Because I was thinking Arsenal for Watkins. I thought I thought you're going to get him for a bit of a bargain. You're probably going to get him for like 50-60 million, and proven Premier League player, slot straight into that team, easy enough. I'm surprised that they've gone for Gyökeres over him potentially, but that's how it goes.
Yeah. I mean, there are other clubs looking for forwards, so I suppose Watkins could go somewhere else. If he does go, then it lessens the appeal of Rodgers for me massively.
Yeah.
You could, I mean, the other thing you could do here is you could take Rodgers down, couldn't you? And by having, like we were talking about previously, rather than having a 7 million, you could drop down to a 5.5, and then you could use the additional money to upgrade elsewhere.
Still not be able to afford Salah.
You still couldn't afford Salah, but you could. I think you'd have to lose one of Saka or Palmer to have Salah.
Yeah. Okay, racing for this one then. You seem to quite like it, even though it is a
7.5.
I like it less than the last one. I'm going to give it 6.5.
Okay.
Us changing round. Right, next one. This is from Sarfak_up15200. Another United defender. Did you not watch them play last season? That's the only thing I can say.
Probably United fans.
Yeah, it could be. Trafford in goal. We've covered him. Dalot. I think the less said about him, the better. Gabriel Adoghi. So such different midfielder. We've got Neto and Marmoush, who we haven't seen yet. Salah, Rodgers, Wirtz, Solanke and Isak. No bench whatsoever. It's literally a Burnley defender on the bench. It's Kinksky who
won't play.
And he's 4-5, right? You're not even... won't play. 4 million player, so he can go. I mean, yeah, there's a problem with the bench and there's a problem with the Man U defender. But I mean, Neto and Marmoush, two quite interesting players. Not seeing Neto in a huge number of teams. Marmoush was really popular in all of the first drafts that I saw, and now he's barely featuring. I think people are finding that bit of extra money to go up to a Saka or a Palmer. But yeah, what do you think of those two? Oh, Kinksky is 4 million. Apologies, Kinksky is 4 million.
I've got Marmoush in my team at the moment because I wanted a Man City attacker, and I thought in terms of value, he offered a nice opportunity to go in there because I haven't got Haaland. But then there's a few others that kind of are interesting, and I think you do have to watch it because, where is Marmoush going to play? Like, is he going to play up alongside Haaland? Is he going how are Manchester City actually going to set up this season? I think there might be some rotation with Marmoush this season, and that worries me at his price point. Like, if we were guaranteed that he was going to play every week, I mean, Pep Roulette, you never guarantee that, but if we were, then I think he's really good value for money. But I do think that there's a good potential that he gets rotated in and out quite a lot over the course of this season. I wouldn't be absolutely set that he starts game week 1, which is part of my concern.
Yeah, I mean, they've got Cherky who can come into that 10 role. They've got Foden who
is around.
Isn't going to have another season like he had last year. If he goes on the left, he's competing with like Doku. I mean, you've got to think he's going to play the majority of games because I think he's amazing. I think what he did when he came in.
Oh, I think he's amazing as well.
But yeah, I agree. There's always going to be that risk and that gamble. with him, but 8-5 midfielder is tempting. I can see the appeal with him.
Yeah, because when you look at the midfielders, so you've obviously got him, you've got Foden, you've got Savinho, you've got Bernardo Silva, you've got Cherki, you've got Dorku, Grealish, Ashim will move somewhere. You've got Gundogan, you've got Rodri, you've got reindeers as well. So like you've got loads
Reindeers.
of yeah. So you've got loads of them.
Be
You've
good
got
around
loads of
Christmas.
options. He wears a red nose. So you've got loads of options there, and I think that's the problem, isn't it? Is it's like you with that many players, there will inevitably be a roulette that goes on there. So I guess the question is, if he's 8.5, are you prepared to spend 8.5 on a roulette player, or do you go to somebody like Vert, or do you move outside of that in order to find a player that has a bit more sticking power in the starting 11, I guess.
Yep. And what about Neto?
Don't mind the Neto pick, actually.
Is he seven mil?
I have to have a look.
Or they put him up to 7.5?
Have a look. 7.
Yeah, okay. That's a good price. Good price for him.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't mind that pick. That's I can't afford Palmer. Where do I go?
Yeah.
And Neto is fine as that option. I'd rather have João Pedro as my Chelsea cover. I think I'd rather change up that way that investment is happening and have a burner slot in the middle and upgrade the OB slot.
Yeah, I think I'd put Trafford down to a 4-5 goalkeeper and do Neto to Pedro for those first few games. Then you're keeping the structure of the team similar, but yeah. Okay, rating this one?
Seven. 6.5.
Yes, I'm going to say 6.5. 6.5 again. Okay, next one. This is from at BlackLeo8008. Raya, Gvardiol, Virgil, Wan-Bissaka. Premium defence and Wan-Bissaka. Gabriel's on the bench though. Cunha, Palmer, Saka, Gakpo, Gruev, who's a bit left field. João Pedro and the mighty Chris Wood up top. So this is another Haaland and Salah-less draft, but the money has been spread around nicely, particularly in the defence, pricey defence.
Very pricey defence. Do you reckon this is a bench boost team?
Yeah, it could be. The bench will, Pirro, we don't think he's going to be starting, but yeah, it must be, right? Keller on the bench, Gabriel, Aina. Yeah, I would be fairly certain this is a bench boost team.
Because I don't think you would go for Raya and Kelleher if you weren't planning to early bench boost, would you? I mean, the defence is great, isn't it? I'm not sure I see the value of the double Arsenal defence this early on, if I'm brutal. Because I don't love the fixtures for clean sheets in the opening 6. I think once you get to 7, then I would see the value in a double Arsenal defence. I think I would just have one of them. And then that would give you a bit more money to, you could go for a 4.5 or even a 5 million defender instead of Gabriel, or go for another 4.5 million goalkeeper instead of Raya, and that gives you the ability to upgrade your third forward to one that is actually going to get some minutes.
Yeah, the problem is Gakpo. We don't know what his role is going to be in the team. Is he going to even start? With the new signs that are coming, Gruev, Lee. We don't know how Leeds are going to be, and there's a few people in the chat saying that he might not be completely nailed on. Chris Wood as well. I mean, they've bought in Igor Jesus, haven't they? Is Wood even going to play every game? You think he'd start the season, but could he lose his place quite early on?
Yeah.
And then Cunha, we don't know what his role is going to be in the team. There's a lot of the defense is good because it's all players that are going to play, and you know what you're going to get from them. But then there's just a few too many risks elsewhere.
The spine is nice. It's the peripheral.
Yeah. I don't like it.
What would you give it?
I don't mind the money in defence, and I don't mind none of the players are bad. I just think there's a bit too much. I think this is probably the worst one, so I'm gonna give this a 6.
The worst one we've seen.
Yeah, because it forces you into a wild card early. I don't even prefer the 11 compared to some of the other ones that we've seen that aren't on bench boosts. I just think you're gonna have problems with this team. You're putting yourself into a bit of a corner, particularly if some of these players don't even play in game week 1. If you're bench boosting in game week 1, you've got 2 or 3 players that don't even start. Yeah, 6 me.
Yeah, all right then. I'll go with you. I think
Talk
the
to you, man.
six is maybe harsher than I would have gone, but you've convinced me. Go on, well, I'll go with you.
Sorry, Leo. Number 6. This is from FPL Fanatic 20. So this one's a bit more normal, shall we say. It's Kelleher in goal. It's De Kuiper, Van der Ven and Van Bissaka. It's Salah, Palmer, Marmoush and Ndai. It's João Pedro, it's Solanke and it's Watkins up top. So what you've got here is you know what you're going to get from like the majority of these players, right? I think Marmoush, like we talked about, is probably the one where we're not totally sure where his role is going to be, but if he plays, you know you're going to get a very good option. But
Yep.
everyone else is basically the key men for their sides, right? Salah, Palmer, and Ndai, Pedro. Well, obviously Palmer, but you've got him in the team as well. And Pedro is coming off the back of that amazing Club World Cup, and then you've got Watkins. Is he going to stay at Villa? Is he going to move somewhere else? But let's assume he stays at Villa. For this, you've got the main striker for them. So it's hard. I look at this one. I thought this one's quite hard to fault, right? I think you've got players on the bench. You've got Conser and Gahey. You've got 2 defenders that you can bring in if you need to.
That's my issue with it. Is the defense though?
It's cheap.
It's cheap.
It's a very cheap defense. Yeah.
And the problem is, there's no Liverpool defender there. There's no Arsenal defender there. There's no Man City defender there. And the problem is that those 3 defenses will be solid. I mean, whether they are in the early weeks or not. Like, I think Liverpool will be in the early weeks. I think Man City, will be in the early weeks. I think Chelsea will be in the early weeks as well, if you want to go for a Sanchez or a Cucurella. But I think you need... The problem with this team is that you're going to miss out on defensive points because the big hitters are expensive for a reason, and you don't have any of them, and you don't have the space for any of them either. So that's going to be the issue, because you like, if game week 1 happens and you don't have a Liverpool defender and they keep a clean sheet, it's going to really hurt, because they're going to be heavily owned in a lot of teams, and then you're going to be scrambling around trying to take money from somewhere in order to get one of your defenders up to a 6 million, and that's, you're talking about finding 1.5. That's a lot.
But Sam, fortune favours the bold. This is take all your money out of defence and pour it into the attack.
I don't think this is the year. As we've got defensive contributions for the first time ever, and
there'll be some people listening to this going, game's gone, defensive contributions, 6 million on defenders. In my day, we just picked strikers and had a great time.
But in their day, it was big at the
game.
back. Remember the days of big at the back? Like, this year feels like a year.
Yeah, but they were fun,
back.
big at the back players. They were, we haven't even seen an 8 Nori yet. No one's even taken a punt limb. Everyone's going for bloody DEFCON picks with Van Dijk.
I've got 8 Nori.
Including me. Have you? Okay, that's good.
I've got 8 Nori. Yeah, I've got 8 Nori. I'm going there. I just think you have to have at least one. My whole thing about setting up a team at the beginning of the season is you go for price point players in every position. You have to have one of the expensive defenders. They're not even that expensive this year. You're not even got to afford Trent. You've just got to afford one of the 6 millions. That's it. Because it gives you flexibility to move around then. And you've got no flexibility with this defence. That's my issue.
No, I agree. I think, though, like sometimes we might say, like, downgrade one of these players, increase wins. I don't think we can do that with this team, because obviously there's a conscious decision to take money out of defence. So I'm just going to come to you straight for a rating. I'm guessing you're not going to be a huge fan because of the lack of flexibility. We're going to say
6.
I like it.
This is the one I like. I like this less.
I like it. It's like FPL of old. It's a throwback. It's someone who's disgruntled with all these new additions and just wants to relive the glory days of picking the exciting attacking options. I'm going to give it a 7 just for that reason.
Okay.
We will do 2 more.
Okay.
I think before we go for this, this is from at NTTL Nuttall Nula. Quite like that. This is a bench boost team. Game week 1. Pickford in goal, Doggy, Frimpong and 8 Nori. There we go. I said we hadn't seen one. Now we have. Salah, Verts, Kudus and Rice. Beto, who I did see in your team. I cannot understand that, but we'll get to him in a second.
It might be Barry. It might be Barry.
Might be Barry. Solanke, João Pedro, Kelleher, Cucurella, De Kuiper and Enzo on the bench.
I'm going to say something, Az.
You say it away.
I like this one a lot.
Yeah, that's one a lot. Okay. Is it pretty similar? It sounds like it's quite similar to yours. Kudus over Brennan, but it's got 8 Nori. It's got Beto.
I've got 8. Yeah, so Beto might be Barry, and I think you have to watch preseason Everton to work out which one. The front 3 is the same in my team. I've got Salah. I've currently got Johnson. I've got a Chelsea defender. I couldn't afford Cucurella. I've also got Caicedo over Enzo, but a Chelsea midfielder. It's not. The personnel are different, but the coverage of the teams is similar. I don't love the Pickford pick. I just think it's too much money to have with Kelleher as well. It's a lot of money in goalkeepers.
But I guess you're only doing it for 1 or 2 weeks, right? Because I've put together wildcard bench boost teams like this, and if you're going triple Spurs and you're going for a lot of these picks, like you don't know what's coming with Aït-Nouri, you've got Beto in there. Like, do you want to be holding these players for the longer term? You're basically, I do think if you're bench boosting, you are committing to a very early wildcard, which is fine. There's nothing inherently wrong with that. And I actually think this is probably one of the best teams you can put together for those two runs. The only thing I don't really like with it is it's very fullback heavy, and we had someone mention that in the chat. That was exactly my first thought from Dom Dewsbury. He said exactly the same thing. Udogie, Frimpong, Aït-Nouri, Cucurella and De Kuyper, 5 wing backs in a season where we know centre backs are the ones that are going to benefit from the new rules.
Yep, that's why I haven't got. That's why the personnel is different. So Aït-Nouri might yet become Gvardiol. I've got Kirkes possibly becomes Virgil. I've got Van de Ven over Udogie. I've got Colwell over Cucurella.
Yeah.
Who's my other defender? I can't even remember who it is now. The other one. I'll have to have a look. It's definitely not Brighton.
Like is it cheap? Wan-Bissaka or Tarkowski or something like
that? No, it's not that cheap. Hang on. I just remembered that it's... Here we go. Oh, it's Tarko.
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Tarko. So it's not like... So I've got a fair few centre-backs in mine, whereas this one is all about the wing-backs.
Yeah. I guess they're not going Tarko because they've got Pickford in goal, but I'd be half tempted just to go for him anyway.
I'd rather have Tarko than Pickford.
Yeah, so would I.
Yeah.
Or I'd have him over Cucurella if you just do it for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, well, at the minute I've got Kelleher and Trafford as rotatings but if Trafford doesn't get the move to Man City and Ederson doesn't leave, then I won't go for Trafford on a bench boost. But
yeah,
that's my plan. But I like this one. I think this one's got if you're on a bench boost strategy, I think this is as near as you're going to get.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. I would swap Frimpong to Van Dijk. I'd swap Udogie to Van de Ven. Aït-Nouri, Gvardiol, you can have a toss up on it. If you want to have a bit of fun with it, then just keep it with Aït-Nouri. No, I think it's good. Like I said, I've gone off the bench boost strategy a bit, but if you're going to do it, I think this is probably about as close to what you want to get. So yeah, I'll give it like an 8-5. I think
I'll go 9.
Going to make. Yeah, that's the decision you're going to make. Right, final one then. Don't worry, we'll be back next week doing more of these. This is from Judd B 178366. Another Pickford and Darlow. It's Udogie, De Kuyper, Konate, first one of him we've seen. Konsa and Gabriel. And then it's Marmouche, a 6'5 Cherky, Ndiaye, Wirtz, Salah, Solanke, Beto. And this Krupi Jr., who I'd never heard of until Neil's article on Scout earlier, where apparently got like 22 goals or something in France last year. Young player obviously went out on loan, probably going to be loaned out again, but yeah, probably one to watch at the 4-5 bracket.
I actually don't mind Pickford in this one because he's paired with the 4.0, so it's set and forget. So I don't mind the spending that level of budget. I still prefer Van de Ven over Udogie. I still think you want to spend 0.5 more and have Van Dijk over Konate. Don't mind the rest of the defence though. I think the rest of the defence is good. I quite like the midfield. I think I'd rather have Kudos in the 6.5 bracket.
Cherky could be an absolute steal though. If he does actually take that De Bruyne spot.
Do we think he will?
It's a big if, isn't it? How do they fit all these midfielders in?
But if he does, then you just take Marmouche out.
Yeah, true.
And then
He's easy to get to. Yeah. I don't care what happens on pre-season. You are never going to be sure that Cherky will start game week 1 against Wolves.
No.
So for that reason, I think he's too big a gamble. But if he does nail it down, then you move quickly on him to bring him in. Okay, final rating for this one. Oh, we didn't mention Konate. I mean, he's an option, isn't he? If he does stay at Liverpool, he is an option.
Do you think is he really an option when you've got Frimpong, Kirkes and Van Dijk to choose from at 0.5 more?
Well, I mean, it's if you desperately need to save the 0.5. I mean, I honestly, Black Box Night UA. I'm going to be on a Van Dijk hype train. At least he's not going to get a loan move to Sevilla this time. He's actually probably going to stay at Liverpool, which is good.
Yeah, I should have thought he would be at Liverpool next season. Yes, I do. I do think Van Dijk is fairly nailed.
Yeah, I guess it's only with 0.5 now. I guess you don't go for Konate, do you? But
you just get a 4.0. Like you've got nobody. You've got benched player in the forward line. The midfield are all going to play some minutes at least. So you could go down to a 4.0, couldn't you? With one of your 4.5s if you wanted to. You could. I don't know. I think I'd rather just spend 6 on Konate, but I don't mind this team though.
Rating?
7.
It feels like a 7, doesn't it? I think it's fair. Yeah, I'll give it a 7 as well. Perfect. Well, we are
I enjoyed that.
Truly back. Lovely stuff. Thank you, everyone. Loads of comments in the chat. I know some people wanted their teams rated. Like I said, next week, not today. Any that sent me their team today will not be on the show next week.
Well, you just won't find them next week. If you send them in today, and we'll never
also,
remember
I'll deliberately not do them. I can't. My inbox it gets flooded with these. No, next week. Let's say Wednesday. Anyone who sends me their team on Wednesday that's been listening to this, we will try and get through on the show. But yeah, great to be back, Sam. Great to be back doing content again.
It is great, and they can't get rid of us though, as can they? Really, it's you and me against the world when it comes to the Q&A. I know. I put my foot down and I said, right, I don't care about the rest of the YouTube schedule. It's and I on a Thursday because that's what the people want.
That's what the people
I don't
want.
even know if that is what the people want, to be honest. As they probably think, why are these two back?
And we are
but
the
we
people.
want this. we speak for the people when we say that we want it to be back. So here we are. Back for another season on a Thursday together. It wouldn't be the same without us, though, would it?
No.
Like if one of us came here without the other one, it's a bit weird.
Someone in one of my group chats today said, "Are you and Sam streaming the Q&A later?" I missed the shambolic chaos, and
I feel like that sums us up.
I was like, "That's insulting, but also very accurate."
I feel like that sums up our whole relationship, to be honest.
Shambolic chaos. Yeah, I quite like that. Great stuff. All right, Sam, where do people need to go if they want more stuff? Not necessarily from us, but from better people, basically.
If you want to hear some stuff from better people, there's a load of team reveals out on the channel, so stick around for those. You might have noticed that we started dropping some brand new shorts, and they're coming out over the next few days. Now, probably might even be a short of this, as if we've said anything funny. I'm not sure we have, but there might be. But so there'll be some short form content coming from these. But head over to Scout. What Neil and Mark and Tom and the freelance team over there are producing at the moment is genuinely incredible stuff. And there's a load of great stuff from Will as well, all explaining the updated tables and stuff that he's done. So go and have a little look at that content. And now is the perfect moment to sign up as a member because it is only going to get more expensive as the season goes on. So we're currently running a 47% off offer. So now's the time to go and do that and check out all the great stuff that you can have. And obviously, if you want to bundle it with some other products at the same time, with PFT, with Mini League Mate, with Live FPL, or with Fantasy Football Community, then you can all do that at checkout as well, and you get a bit of a discount off those memberships also. So head over to Scout, have a look at the great stuff that the guys are writing, and while you're there, sign up as a member.
Beautiful. Couldn't have said it better myself. Perfect. You and I'll be back next week. Thank you everyone for watching. Good to have FPL back. Yeah, and we'll see you all very soon.
Bye everyone.